exterior inspection. We have the clean outs at the front here, 4-inch clean outs. Okay, we've got a bit of cracking in the corking. And here we've got a gap that's going to allow water in. Right up here. See that down the bottom there around here? It should be corked. It should have a silicone cork around it. Keeps the water out. Likewise down here, water can accumulate there, especially this side. Loads of water's going to get in there. I know it's got a little roof above it, but that ain't going to help it. And then in the corner of the frame up here, we've got a gap in the corking. Now, alright, we have a hose bib. We're going to test for the water pressure, and also we do a leak detection test on the gas meter here. Leave that sitting there. Let me just quickly check the water. These alarms, have to calibrate them as you use them. Basically they're just quite sensitive to volatile liquids. Okay, we have 80 pounds per square inch. It's not bad. We've got between 40 and 80, so that's pretty spot on. And we are at the, let's get this. Okay, that's fine. We're at the left elevation. Basically we're looking for water penetration points into the property. Areas like flashing and the roofs. We have a water penetration point up here. Down the siding there you can see that the corking has cracked. As such, it's going to leak. Here we've got a water penetration point. It wants to be recorked. A little bit of settlement's gone on, and that's what's caused some of the corking to crack. But at the windows it's cracked because it's just the sun. It beats down on it daily, and that leads to it leaking. Let's go round the right elevation. Up there needs some caulking. Now at the right elevation of the property. Okay, now this is very picky, but you could see here the windowsill, it cants, it actually slopes down. But when you cast your eye through to here, this windowsill here is not canted. Now there's nothing you could do about it apart from taking it out and getting a mason to reset the brick, but does actually make it important to caulk in this area. So it lacks a cant, and so it could be a forward penetration point in the future. We've already got a gap down here, and that's going to be a natural draining area for the water. Now we have broken siding up here, and we have a gap in the window frame, and this is classic settlement. We have settlement at the right elevation, and that's why that piece of hardy board has broken away. It moved and it just broke off. Here, the thing to do here, the action to take here is to caulk it. Got that crack in the siding there, caulk that, and we have another crack appearing here. Another piece will break away. And here, the trim board by the window here, that needs to be sealed. And then finally, right up at the top there, we've got another crack. That's the most important one to seal, because water will enter there, run down, and it will run along the window and cause the water to sit in an area where it could cause damage. The good thing is, I've not found any cracks in the wall yet. So any amount of settlement is just small. It needs recaulking there. This is for the dryer. Yeah, that's for the dryer. The problem with it is it's louvered, and louvered doors on dryers are bad news because the lint collects in the louvers, stops them from opening. They almost glue them together. And as a result of that, it blocks it, and it also forms a fire hazard. Here we've got missing caulking. It was here, see it's cracked away at the hose bib, so water's going to get in. More cracks down the siding here. The settlement has affected the door frame, and we see we've got cracks here and cracks in the door frame here. All we have to do really here is caulk. The door will move as the building moves. All of them do it. We're now at the rear elevation. The conduit here is requires sealing. We've got a seal around here. It had it, but it's just fallen away. Now water can get in there, and that will cause a problem. This should be caulked. It is. Those are caulked. Good. So the builder did a pretty good job around here. It caulked up most of the stuff. Here we are at the AC units. They're both running. Good insulation on the pipes, that needs to be replaced every 3 or 4 years, or sooner if it deteriorates. Now we're in the rear yard. We have upper attic ventilation via ridge vents. Ridge vents are probably the best ventilation you can have. Now, this small roof here, I'm sure the builder made and the architect made arrangements to take the air from it so it actually goes up. The problem is that those sort of things in the building process could become blocked, and we don't know about the air pathway. We know the air is going to flow in through the soffits, and there's soffit vents, but there's nothing there on that roof. And I would recommend a upper attic vent on that small roof. Now we have a outlet here. It should be GFCI protected. We will simply trip it to make sure it is. It is. Now we have water penetration here, and it's got to be coming in from up the top here. I can tell because we have wood rot, and it's rotting. It's rotting this side too, and you can see the paint's coming off. Here we could see, because of the water intrusion in this area, this is starting to split. So water's getting in somewhere up the top there, and it's running down. Finally made its way down here to the wood frame, and here we've got wood rot. And you know, I think I know the reason why. I think the reason is we've got upper roof here, no gutters. Lower roof, no gutters. And look, right here we've got a valley. And that valley is going to shoot water like a torrent, like a mountain stream. It's going to come flying down that valley, hit this lower roof here. It's going to spread all the way around this area on the walls, and then over the next few weeks it'll slowly migrate down on the inside, down here to the bottom where we've got the wood rot. Now I think the solution will be a gutter system in this area at least, to prevent the water hitting this roof we have here. It's the garage. We're going to check the door. Insulated door with linkage. It reverses. Above us here we have our attic hatch. That's allowing access to this area of the attic here. The problem with it is, apart from I can't get into it because it's not got steps and I don't have a suitable ladder for that type of access, it's not sealed, and you can see there's a gap there. Now as a result of the gap, any fire occurring in here will be in that attic in an instant. It's not fireproofed. And this should be a fire door. It is. And it should have self-closing hinges, and it doesn't. This is the panel. We have 3 arc fault detectors. They should all be arc fault detectors these days. Having said that, there's nothing you could do about it. They are as they are. You cannot retrofit these little guys. Okay. We're going to look inside the panel. Here we have the panel, neutral, 2 lives. I'm going to have 2 40 volts across there, 120 across there. We'll look and see if there's any double tapping, and there's not. And we're just going to get a check to see what we've got in terms of voltage. You don't want to be holding on to a screwdriver when you're poking around in electrical panels. Might end up shaking hands with the power station. Okay, 243, 123. So remember those. We want to make sure that the 123 or thereabouts is at the outlets, some of the outlets inside the house. So voltage is okay. We'll reset the... Aha! Well, there's an interesting point. I've tripped the GFCI on the external. This refrigerator is actually plugged in to the GFCI, and now you can see the light is not coming on. It's now isolated, so it's not working because I tripped it. Nothing I could do about it. I've got to trip it because I've got to prove it works. We are now in the house itself. We're going to run a test on the oven. We've got to get it up to 350. It's turned on, nothing in it. And we have the we'll check that later. We'll want to check for microwave leakage. All's good. Here have the dishwasher. Dishwasher is completing a cycle. And we can put it through a cycle again. We want to make sure it works for us. Okay. It's running. Just checking for water leaks up there. There's none. And just see if the we have hot water. Good news. GFCI's trip. Yep, all good. I'm checking the windows for water intrusion. A damaged screen here. Well, I can't find the gas isolator. I know it's around somewhere. Ah, here it is. Here we have the gas log fire. It's going to have a balanced flue. It does. It's looking good here. Let's move on into the master. In the master bedroom. Okay, a couple of things we need to do in the master. One of the common areas for leaks to go unnoticed for years is around the shower. That doesn't mean to say we're going to find anything, but it's always fun to look. It's on wood. Okay, we'll put the meter on, and it's wet. Yeah, we have a lot of water in the wall system here. %. We have 100%. So the shower cubicle is leaking. It needs investigating. I'm not going to be able to find it and tell you where it is today. So 100%. We've got here. Okay, a little bit of moisture, but not a lot. So we have 100% moisture in this area here. And it's probably leaking somewhere inside the cubicle down into the wall. Okay, and this wall here in the other side of the cubicle is wet too. So we're getting, in fact it's damp. It's actually, I can't get behind it here to find out where it's wet. This bit seems okay. Okay, so we have a water leak in the shower area, in this area here. The others don't seem to be, but I wouldn't mind betting it's leaking inside that wall too. I've got a small reading. We're just going to have a look at the shower wall with the infrared camera. Sometimes, although there's moisture in the wall, it doesn't show up necessarily with the camera because it's got an ambient temperature. It's come up to the same temperature as the surroundings, and this only shows temperature difference, whereas the meter looks for the presence of moisture in a wall system. But we have got a signal. Yeah, there it is. And we've got a leak here. There it is. Leaking around the door. Cool. Nice to find these hidden treasures. Now the thing about it is, left as it is, it can lead to mould. So that's on high priority to get it fixed. Yep, we're running out of hot water. We have a leak at the faucet here, around this area here. It's leaking, it's running back into the bath. That is not a good thing, because if it's leaking there, it's also leaking on the inside. I'll tell you why, because this is just a small rubber seal here, but the actual cover covers a gap, and the gap is where the pipes join together. So we've definitely got a water leak into the bottom of the bath here. And the problem there, further problem, is that can lead to termite intrusion. Also, we've got all the way around here, we've got cracking, which indicates movement, and I think in this case, movement due to water penetration. We've now got the jets running, so that's operating nicely. We just empty the water out. Now, because we've got water coming out of there, my concern is whether or not there's water in the wall here. No, it's dry. Yeah, there's some moisture in the wall. We've got a reading of 25% here. We should be down at 9 if it's really dry. So in summary, we have water leaks at the bathtub, into the wall, and at the shower. Second floor powder room. We're on the balcony. This gap's too big. Now, the reason I say it's too big is this. These railings here shouldn't be more than 4 inches. My fist is about 4 inches, okay? We come down here, look, and get my fist through. Furthermore, I can get my foot through. Why would I be concerned about that? Well, the reason I'd be concerned about it is, not that as an adult who's up here drinking his Bud Lights, who cares? Don't go and put your foot down there. But children come out onto verandas, and that is very climbable indeed. And it's quite likely that they could get their foot down there. Even a small toddler could actually fall through it if you're not careful. There's no weep hole over here, and there's evidence of movement you can see above the door here. At the moment all you've got to do is cork it, but the building shifts, and it's the second floor where you see the most shifting. And you've got a little bit of movement here. Again, this is the ideal for corking. Keep everything out. Okay, you can see here how the furniture is in the way of the attic door. I have to go up this attic, and I cannot wait for somebody to come here and open this up for me. So I have got to find a way of fixing this particular problem. And I do have a problem here. We're going up into the attic. We have radiant barrier, water heater. There's the light. Here's the light. Well, the water heater doesn't have a sediment trap. The flue assembly is not assembled correctly, and screws are missing. Temperature pressure relief valve, that's working. There's no bonding on the flue. No bonding on this flue. No temperature, no sediment trap on the gas line. Missing insulation on the P-trap. We're going to take temperatures at each of the registers. Return is 67. Register's 47, that's 20 degrees. It's pretty good. Whoa, 100% humidity, moisture content. Wow. Ooh. This is sewer cam inspection. We're currently about to go under the house in the sewer line to check out what we've got. Checking the furnace out. We just turned them on. It's not fired up yet. This attic is full of junk. You might like to stipulate in your contract you want it emptied. People have a habit of leaving their junk. Yeah, we've got a blue flame, it's heating up nicely, so that furnace is going. And this furnace is burning. There it is. Excellent. This is station 1. It's the front flower beds, front right flower beds. Zone 2, right elevation, including the foundation. Zone 3 is the curb, right curb. Zone 4, front yard, right, so far no broken heads or obvious leaks in the pipes. Zone 5, front yard, left, and curve. Zone 6, front yard, left, and the left elevation. Zone 6, rear yard, right. Oh, sorry, that's zone 7. Zone 7. Zone 8, rear yard, against the fence. Okay, zone yard, the last zone in the rear yard. All's working well. I'm closing the house up. Garage door. All the lights were on when I arrived, so I'm going to leave the lights on as I go. Oven is off. Dishwasher off. The temperature set at the wall on the thermostats was 74 on the ground floor, 75 on the second floor. They're all reset. All's done. So I am leaving the property now.